In September 2025, the name on everyone's lips across Spain and far beyond was Princess Leonor. It was a month that reminded the world of the young heir's dual identity, part soldier in training, part princess stepping into her destiny, and part symbol of Spain's future. As the days unfolded, Leonor didn't just appear in headlines, she shaped them. The most striking event was her two-day official visit to Navarra, a moment that blended history, symbolism, and modern expectations. It was her first visit to the region as Princess of Viana, a title she had inherited 10 years ago but had not yet ceremonially embraced in person. To outsiders, this might sound like just another royal duty. But to Spaniards, especially in Navarra, it meant far more. On her arrival, the air carried a sense of anticipation. Thousands had waited for a glimpse of her, and when Leonor stepped out dressed in a tailored navy oversized suit with delicate, understated accessories, the cameras clicked endlessly. Spanish fashion outlets quickly praised her outfit as a marker of maturity. International media highlighted how she carried herself with both elegance and confidence. Yet for many locals, it was not the outfit that mattered most, it was the respect she showed for their history. At the Palacio de Navarra, Leonor signed the Book of Honor with steady hands, her words signaling gratitude and duty. Later, she was shown the original 1423 document that first established the title of Princess of Viana. Reporters described her expression as attentive and almost solemn, as though she was absorbing the centuries-old weight of tradition that now rested on her shoulders. Every stop during the visit seemed designed to connect her with the spirit of the region. In Pamplona, in Viana, in Tudela, in Olite, and at Lair, she was welcomed not only as the heir to the throne but also as a young woman stepping into her role with dignity. People waved flags, cheered her name, and some were visibly emotional, remarking that they felt seen and recognized by their future queen. One local voice, shared widely on Spanish television, summed it up simply: "She has come here not just to fulfill a duty, but to listen to us, to look at our history, and to make it hers." Global reactions followed almost immediately. International outlets from France to the United States picked up the story, noting how Leonor's visit to Navarra wasn't a glamorous royal tour but a carefully crafted step in her preparation. It became clear to observers abroad that Spain was presenting Leonor not just as a young princess in training, but as an heir who must unify diverse regions, cultures, and histories. Analysts compared the symbolism to the way young heirs in other European monarchies take on regional titles, but many argued that Leonor's situation was even more delicate given Spain's complex identities. What struck most commentators was the balance she seemed to strike. On one hand, Leonor is in the midst of rigorous military training in Zaragoza. The world has seen images of her in uniform, her hair neatly tied, her expression focused, as she learns the values of discipline and leadership. On the other hand, she is increasingly visible in civilian roles, shaking hands, delivering words of gratitude, honoring traditions. This balance has become a narrative in itself. Media outlets in Latin America praised her as a symbol of continuity, noting how she seamlessly moves between military barracks and historic palaces. For fashion observers, September was also a defining month. Leonor's choices in Navarra sparked conversations about a new kind of royal elegance. Spanish magazines described her navy suit as modern monarchy in motion, praising her for wearing something professional yet youthful. The suit, oversized but tailored, was seen as her statement that she was not a child princess anymore but a young leader in preparation. Global fashion commentators drew parallels with Queen Letizia, her mother, known for her sharp and thoughtful wardrobe. But some noted that Leonor was already carving out her own style, less ornamental, more functional, yet deeply symbolic. As images from Navarra spread online, social media platforms buzzed. On Spanish Twitter, hashtags like #LeonoraNavarra and #PrincessaDeViana trended for hours. On TikTok, short clips of her waving to children or entering historic sites were remixed with music, garnering millions of views. One viral comment read, "Leonor is not just training to be a soldier. She's training to be the bridge between history and the future." Another user, from Latin America, commented, "She reminds us of the importance of tradition. Even in modern times, symbols matter." But not all reactions were uncritical. Some voices, especially in political commentary, pointed out the tension between ceremony and reality. They asked whether these highly symbolic visits, like the one in Navarra, would be enough to make younger generations believe in monarchy. Others questioned how Leonor herself might feel, balancing personal privacy with the weight of being Spain's most watched young woman. While the majority of coverage was positive, these cautionary perspectives added depth to the discussion. European royal watchers, particularly in the UK and Scandinavia, drew comparisons. British newspapers noted that Leonor's poised presence was reminiscent of young Queen Elizabeth's early duties. Danish outlets, perhaps influenced by the constant rumors linking her with Prince Christian, speculated on how Leonor's sense of duty could shape her future role as both queen and partner. Some even suggested that the Spanish monarchy was deliberately showing Leonor's seriousness to contrast with the more turbulent images of royals elsewhere. In Spain itself, September solidified a perception that has been building for years. Leonor is not just a symbol of continuity but a living, breathing future. Editorials in major newspapers praised her ability to handle pressure, noting that she is still only in her early 20s. One writer described her as a student in uniform, a princess in ceremony, and a queen in training. The Navarra visit became the lens through which people judged her readiness. Many Spaniards said they felt a new closeness to her, not because she smiled for cameras but because she engaged with their culture. And that was precisely the point. For centuries, the title of Princess of Viana has been symbolic, but by physically going to Navarra, Leonor turned that symbol into an act of presence. Elsewhere in the world, reactions took on a more romantic tone. Latin American audiences, particularly in Mexico and Argentina, responded with warmth. Commentators said they saw in Leonor a reminder of the deep ties between Spain and the Spanish-speaking world. Social media posts from these regions were often affectionate, describing her as the queen of the new generation. In the United States, coverage was more about her future prospects, where she might study, what international role she might take, and whether she could be the face of a modernized Spanish monarchy. The underlying message across the globe was the same: Leonor is stepping into the spotlight carefully but convincingly. September became the month when the world stopped asking if she was ready and began asking what her next step would be. Would it be more military training? Would it be an international university education? Would she begin to take on more speaking roles, perhaps representing Spain abroad? These questions echoed through newspapers, talk shows, and online forums. For the Spanish royal family, the visit to Navarra was a strategic success. It showed that Leonor can embody history while appealing to modern eyes. For the world, it was proof that she is more than just a name in the line of succession. She is a figure to watch. As September closed, commentators summed it up best. This was the month Princess Leonor grew visibly into her role. She was no longer just a future promise. She was already, in many ways, the face of Spain's monarchy. And the world noticed. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more royal updates.